Good morning and welcome to the Fife Property Market Update for another week. So this is where we're going to discuss everything that took place within Fife for the week commencing the 19th to the 25th. As always, we'll have a look at what was happening on Rightmove right across Fife for all agencies. We'll then take a look at what was happening for ourselves, and we were really busy last week, so we've got plenty to talk about. We'll then do a run through of the shows that took place just so we can then know what to go back and watch. So if you are regular to these shows, you'll know what to expect. And like we always say, feel free to comment, ask any questions, message us privately if you prefer, or likewise, you can pick up the phone and speak to one of us in the office. Again, if you are a regular to these shows, apologies because there'll probably be a few bits that you know that I'm going to say. But yes, we will get the update started. So this is for the week commencing the 19th to the 25th. And as I say, the first point of call is we're going to look at what was happening on Rightmove, all agencies that use Rightmove right across Fife. And that was for newly instructed and also now showing as sold subject to concluded missives. So let's pull up the statistics and we'll have a run through them just to give you an insight into what is happening in the market. So this is everything that happened on Rightmove right across Fife in all the micro regions. And when I say micro regions, I mean the different areas within Fife. So your Cooper, your KY 14, 15, your East Snoot, your KY 9, KY 10, St Andrews, KY 16, your Leavenmouth, your KY 8, and so on. So this is what was happening. Now, you might see something slightly different. Again, if you're a regular to the show, you might notice this, but we always do say 1 week does not make a trend. But actually, last week was the first week in a very long time that there was more instructed than what's actually sold. Now, there was only 10 properties within it, so it's not a massive difference. However, it is the first week that we have had since a good couple of months of last year. So we're going way back, that we've actually had more instructed than what is sold. But this is where we can start to see people are now coming to the idea of putting their property onto the market. Now we're out of the kind of festive period, and I would say the colder months, but obviously after the weekend we've just had, I can't say that, but people are more in the mindset of putting their property on the market. So as I say, 1 week doesn't make a trend, and there was still a lot of buyers out there. If you can see, there's still 110 properties that had offers accepted and are now showing subject sold to concluded missives. So it is still an ideal time to go to market, but this is just showing you that number is going to gradually start creeping up as more people are coming to terms with putting their property on the market. Obviously, it's not as busy as it's going to be come spring, summer, and when everybody's waiting for, with the kind of warmer months and the lighter evenings and your garden in full bloom, but people are more in that mindset. So gradually we're going to start seeing more competition. So this is where you really need to come to the mindset of get your property on the market sooner rather than later, so that you can secure your buyer and then put your main focus into your next steps and continuing on with your journey. And if you are looking for a new home, finding that new home. So having a run through, obviously you can see Cooper was strong, 8 properties instructed with 11 properties sold. So if you have a property within the KY 14, 15 postcode, now is the time to get to market because there is active buyers out there. Strong numbers for the East Nuke as well, which is great to see because there is a wee bit of stock in the East Nuke, about 2 to 3 months worth of stock sitting. So to see that there were 6 properties sold versus 4 instructed is good. 6 is a strong number showing a sold for the East Nuke. Same for St Andrews as well, to have 6 properties sold. Yes, that is slightly less than what's instructed, but 6 is a good number for St Andrews because there's roughly about 5 to 6 months worth of stock sitting within the KY16 postcode. So that is great to see. Leavenmouth, of course, Leavenmouth is absolutely a seller's market just now. We've been speaking to sellers and even buyers a lot about this recently, and that we are still seeing a massive positive impact from the investment that was put into the area with the commuting links that have opened up at the Leaven train station and the Cameron Bridge. So if you have a property in the KY8 postcode or the surrounding area that would use that kind of commuting link, then now is the time to go to market because it is an absolute seller's market. As you can see there, 8 properties sold versus 6. You've then got Dunfermline, which is always higher numbers, but that is slightly higher than what we normally see with your 53 versus 54. A lot higher. It's normally kind of late 30s, early 40s. So there was a surge in Dunfermline. Then Glenrothes, 21 versus 16. Kind of average numbers for Glenrothes, but slightly different for Kirkcaldy, having a massive 20 instructed and only 9 sold, but it was the same last week as well. It was slightly slower in Kirkcaldy. So that is the core market. Now remember, that does not include new builds because it's not a like-for-like comparison. But I can say that for all of Fife, there was only one property that was a new build sold last week, and that was in the Dunfermline area, which again is actually really low. But again, if you remember back to last week, it was a lot lower for new builds as well. So there is not as many new builds selling in the last couple of weeks as what we normally see. But just a reminder, that is the core market on this. That's resale homes that we're seeing, all agents that use Rightmove right across Fife. If you have any questions on that, feel free to comment, message privately and ask, or likewise you can pick up the phone. But that gives you a great insight whether you are a seller and whether you are already on the market and you're curious to obviously what's happening, or whether you are a buyer. But that gives you a great insight, and that was for the week commencing the 19th to the 25th. Now we're going to move into what we were doing as an agency. So this is Fife Properties in particular. And I hope you're sitting comfortably because we were busy last week. There was a lot of offers accepted, a lot completed, and we also have some coming soon for you. So yes, we had a busy week last week. So we're going to start with what we accepted offers on. Now, what's great to see is we had some properties go over the line that we have had sitting for a little while. So it was good to see those have offers accepted and over the line. What's great as well is it's different areas as well. So we've got offers accepted in different micro regions and different property types as well. Likewise, different price points as well. So we were kind of ticking all the boxes, different areas, different property types, different price points, different buyers as well. So this will give you an insight into what buyers are on the market and what we're accepting offers on. So the first one, let's pull it up on screen. Now, fingers crossed today I don't have any technical difficulties. So let's start with the first one, and we're heading to the East Nook. Now I'm going to try and not confuse you here, and it'll make sense in a second. But the first property that we accepted an offer on last week was 4th Street in St Monans. Now, if you are, if you pay attention to detail and are keen kind of watching Rightmove and watching what we're doing, you'll know that we're actually selling 2 properties on this street. But bear with me, I have a story on that. But the first one we accepted an offer on was 4th Street, St Monans, and this particular one was the 4-bed semi-detached townhouse. And this one is offers over 350,000. Now I actually believe I need to show you this one instead. Now, is it going to work for me? Let's have a little play about, because as I say, we have sold 2 on that street. So it's actually this one. So it's this one that we accepted an offer on. Offers over 350,000, 4-bedroom semi-detached townhouse, and it has a separate annex. So it previously was a ground floor apartment and then obviously like a 2-floor masonette. Currently, it is obviously just being used as a 3-level townhouse, but it does have the option for that separate annex on the ground floor. What's great about this one is the buyers of this property are actually staying within in the area. So they're already within St Monans, so they're staying within the area so they can continue to take full advantage of obviously coastal walks, the Fife Coastal Path, as well obviously the local schooling, because it is a family that is upsizing. So they're absolutely delighted that they're getting to stay within the area and also upsizing. So that one, as I say, was on for offers over 350,000. Now, to, as I say, confuse matters a wee bit, we then also sold the other one that we were selling. So let me show you that one. Let's have a look. So the other one that we sold, let's pull it up. That should be coming on the screen for you just now. That should be on. Having a wee bit of a technical difficulty this morning. Just not wanting to play ball. Bear with me 2 seconds. Typical Monday morning. Still not playing ball. Let's try this. Right, we might just need to chat about it and not actually show it because, as I say, we're not playing ball this morning. So we sold the other one on 4th Street. So the other one, so we were selling neighbouring properties, we were selling both. We accepted an offer on the first one, which was a 4-bedroom semi-detached townhouse. We then had an offer accepted on the neighbouring property. So this was the other one, and again, it was on for offers over 350,000. So there we go, finally. So this is the other one. Now, the only difference with this, obviously, as I say, I'm trying to not confuse people here, is this one came with a large bit of land to the side. So you can see there, you have that kind of browny orange kind of wooden gate that opens up, and there's land there that you were getting with this property as well. You were getting a garage as well, so you could actually open that up and have the potential for off-street parking. Likewise, as I say, I was speaking with the buyer and saying, if you didn't actually need that space, you could potentially sell it on, or likewise you could extend onto it. There's plenty of potential anyway, and that's what we were discussing. But that one was a 5-bedroom, so the other one was a 4-bed. This one was a 5-bed. This one also comes with land and garage. Now, this one as well was a potential to add value. So somebody coming in here, they were going to be able to completely put their stamp on it, really make it their own, but no, at the end of the day, they were adding value also. So that was the difference. So that one is new owners are actually looking to move to the area as well. They did actually previously live within the area, moved away, and then are deciding to move back, which is great to see. They're coming back obviously to the East Nook and take full advantage of everything it offers. Now, moving out of the East Nook, we're going to move to a different area. Apologies about all those technical difficulties. As I say, obviously Monday morning, it wasn't wanting to play ball. But the next one is moving to the Cooper area. So this was Strathmiglo, and this was a 3-bed, 3-reception detached property. Now, what you can't quite see is at the end there is a driveway. So there's a kind of electric gate that opens up. You've got a driveway, you've got workshop space tucked around. There's a conservatory, there's a workshop. They'll be getting a lot of property. Great location within Strathmiglo as well, because it's a nice quiet street overlooking the playing field, so not really overlooked either, which is great. And this one was on for offers over 280,000. And what's great about this one is obviously Strathmiglo. So looking for that village lifestyle, you've still got your amenities within Strathmiglo, but you're also getting a lot of property. And the new people are actually moving to the area, which is obviously great to hear. So again, they're going to be able to take full advantage of that village setting and a 3-bedroom, 3-reception, great size property. So that was another one. Like I always say, if you're regulars to these shows, I can't disclose the offers that were accepted on them until they have concluded and Mrs. Design. She'll just need to continue to keep a lookout and watch to see the offers that we got on these properties. Now, the final one that we accepted an offer on was in Auchmuty Road, Glenrothes. So again, different area, different price point, different property type. So this one was a 3-bed end terrace. You can see off-street parking there, and you've got garden to the front, a little bit to the side, and then to the rear. Really well presented as well. This one as well, because of the price point of it, because it was on for offers over 130,000, it appealed to a lot of the market, whether it be a first-time buyer, an investor, somebody upsizing maybe from a flat, or somebody even downsizing. Great for a family as well, because it has walking distance to the Kingdom Shopping Centre, the bus station, Auchmuty High School. So it has everything on its doorstep, close proximity, while being really well presented. But what's great about this one is this has gone to a first-time buyer. So obviously we hear the scaremongering with the mortgage rates, the base rates, obviously the inflation, etc. But it's great to see that there is still first-time buyers out there. And what a brilliant first property to get. And as I say, that was offers over 130,000. So that is properties that we have accepted offers on. Now, with the Auchmuty Road one, there was people that missed out on that. So if you have a similar style of property in the surrounding area, or even if it's not in that surrounding area, maybe you're a different area, and that is what people are looking for, because it's within the affordability range. It's great for a first-time buyer, investor, upsizing, downsizing. It ticks so many boxes of the market. that they are really popular, and they do get offers accepted on them quickly. So you have to act fast when you see a property like that. But likewise, if you are sitting in a property like that and you're considering selling, or actually you have made the decision to sell, but you think it's better to wait till spring, summer, absolutely not. You saw that sold in 2 weeks. And we got offers over, which was great to see. So pick up the phone, speak with an agent. Let's get an expert out to you. Let us discuss what your property valuation is, what the market is like in your specific postcode, and then what your next steps look like. Let us have that conversation with you and we can guide you through the process. So that is what we had offers accepted on. We're then going to take a wee look at what we have got coming soon. So this is properties that our agents have been out to and have signed up, and we're going to be starting the marketing for. So if obviously, again, if you're a regular, you'll know what I'm going to say. So apologies, because you'll know the script. But this is properties we're going to be doing pre-portals for. Now, if you're not aware of what a pre-portal is, then this is a preview of a property before it goes to your Rightmove, your Zoopla, your S1 Homes. So this is where it is your opportunity to get in there before anybody else. But to do that, you need to be able to see the pre-portals, and you can only do that by following our social media channels. So you need to go to Facebook. We have one for each micro region, whether it be you're looking for a property in Cooper or Leven or St Andrews. You need to be following that relevant page to see the properties. Then you'll see a pre-portal. It is then a full video walkthrough showing the property in detail. It's almost like a virtual viewing, really. It's showing you everything internally of the property. Externally, the agent then talks through the area, just in case you maybe aren't aware what your amenities are close by. And then at the very end, it tells you the price point. We also discuss how you qualify for this property and how you can get in there before anybody else. As I say, it's a pre-portal, it's a preview before it goes to the wider audience. So there's 2 criteria. First one, you need to be in a position to proceed. So what we mean by that is you are a cash buyer, money in the bank, ready to make that offer. That offer needs to be a competitive, no regrets offer. That offer is you putting your best foot forward so that seller snaps it up, doesn't want to put it to the wider market for you to secure that property. So it needs to be your no regrets offer. Make it competitive. That is the 2 criteria to get in at pre-portal stage to secure that property. Now, if you're watching this and thinking, oh, you maybe don't, that isn't you, you're not in that position. What are you doing to get yourself in that position? Do you have a property to sell? Have you had it valued? Have you instructed an agent? If you can answer yes to that, then we obviously need to make changes. We need to put things in place. So you need to pick up the phone, let us get an agent out to you. And as I say, that is your dedicated time to discuss next steps, get your valuation, because you need to be in that best position. The market's only going to get busier. As you can see, there's buyers out there. There's going to be more competition. So what are you doing to stand out from the crowd and look like a serious buyer? So you need to get yourself in that best position. It sounds daunting sometimes going to market without obviously maybe you finding a property. It's almost like what came first, the chicken or the egg. It does seem daunting, but it's the only way you can make yourself stand out from other buyers and put yourself in that best position. It's then for us as your agent to manage that. We would manage the entry date, manage obviously what your timescale looks like, but you need to be on the market to give yourself that best opportunity to stand out from these cash buyers or first time buyers or people that are maybe already even on the market. So if you haven't taken any steps, we always say this, get your ducks in a row and be organized. So that is a pre-portal. You need to be following the social media channels to see them, and then you need to obviously follow the criteria. If you want a bit of clarity on that or you want to chat it over with somebody, pick up the phone, message privately, comment, and we're more than happy to speak with you and discuss it in a wee bit more detail. But the coming soons that we have them, so the first one is in Kenway. So for this one, you need to be following the Levermouth page. So this one is Pentland View in Kenway, and it is a 3-bedroom detached villa. It's on a large plot. Obviously, it's a quiet kind of cul-de-sac. It's a desirable location within Kenway. What's great now as well is you've got the commuting links from Cameron Bridge. It's also got an integrated garage as well. So it's an ideal family home. Craig will be doing the pre-portal for this one, so the marketing will be starting. So you need to be keeping a lookout on the Levermouth page and look out for Craig's pre-portal. That one will be in the coming weeks. Then slightly different location, we have Elizabeth Street in Tayport. We recently have just concluded on a Taypot property, but I think I'm actually going to speak about that next, actually. And people missed out on this one, so we know this one's going to be popular. So if you are looking for Taypot, you need to act fast. So this one is in Elizabeth Street, and what I love about this one is a 3-bedroom semi-detached cottage. Again, it's going to be Craig that's doing the pre-portal for this one, so keep a lookout for this one. It's going to be on our Cooper page and our Dundee page, so keep a lookout on either page, following either one. But that is a 3-bedroom semi-detached cottage. When you're standing on the street, obviously it's picture postcard perfect and it is immaculately presented inside. Craig has promised me that, but you don't realize how much property you're getting. He says it opens up and then it's got a large garden as well at the rear, and it's just round from the golf course as well, which is perfect if you're a keen golfer. As well, great if you need to be commuting into Dundee because you're just across the bridge. So that one is going to be getting the marketing done shortly, so you've not got long to wait for that one. So if you're hearing any of these as well and they are appealing to you, or you are looking to move into a new home, not only do you need to be following the pages, but likewise pick up the phone, call the office, and let's get you registered. Let's get you on our database so we can start matching you with properties. So you really are putting yourself out there so that you don't miss a thing. So yeah, take the time, pick up the phone, and let's get you registered. So that is properties that we have coming soon. Then this is properties that we have completed on. So this is properties that are now missive signed, new buyers in, enjoying their homes. And we had a lot of exchanges last week, and they still were able to take place regardless of obviously the weather that we had on Friday. But we had a lot of exchanges last week. So the first one was Den Walk in Buckhaven. Now this one was a 2-bedroom ground floor flat. This one was absolutely immaculate inside, really well presented. And what was great about this one is it had off-street parking, a workshop space, and a large enclosed garden. So it really was the property that had so much to offer because it was in mint condition, but it was a great footprint because there was so much with it. Now, this was a home report of 85,000, and I remember speaking about this at the time that we accepted the offer, because one, not only did people miss out, but we got an amazing offers over price. So the team actually negotiated an offer that was 17% over home report value. So it ended up getting an £100,000 offer. So 15 grand over home report, which is 17%, as I say, and people missed out. So if you are sitting in a property just like that one on Den Walk, or even in the surrounding areas, and you are looking to obviously get an extra 17% in your pocket and walk away to make your next steps easier, then you need to pick up the phone. As I say, we've got people on our database that missed out on this property, and there'll be even more buyers on the market just now. So if you're wanting to get a result like that, then pick up the phone and let us get an agent out to you. So the next one was Brayhead in St. Monans. So different location. As I say, we were busy last week, but across all areas, all different price point, different property types. So it was great to see there's a lot of activity. But this one, we're heading to the East Snook, and this was Brayhead in St. Monans. This was a 3-bed, 3 reception, so a brilliant footprint of property. And this one was on for offers over 425,000, and the team negotiated an offer at 430,000, so an extra £5,000 in that seller's pocket. And it was great to see because it's gone to a family that are upsizing St. Monans, and they're upsizing, so that is a brilliant family home. The next one was Cooper Road in Kenway. We've actually got 2 that concluded on Cooper Road in Kenway last week. So again, I'm going to try and not confuse you. Now, the first one was a 4-bedroom detached property. Now, this one was on for offers over 180,000. And what was great about this one is it's actually gone to a first-time buyer. What a brilliant first home, a big 4-bed detached. This one's a real potential to add value. So that new first-time buyer is not only just got onto the market, but they're able to go through that front door and wee bit of a project, but completely put their stamp on the property and really make it their own. And also know that later down the line, they're adding value. Off-street parking, garage, so a brilliant footprint of property. But it's just great to see that it's gone to a first-time buyer, and it just shows you there is still first-time buyers out there. We keep saying it, but the proof's here in black and white. And that one, as I say, sold for 180,000. So that was the first one on Cooper Road in Kenway. The second one that we sold on Cooper Road in Kenway and is now concluded, it was the 2-bedroom detached bungalow. Offset from the main road, you wouldn't really know it was there. offset, so it's still nice and private, but obviously straight onto, as I say, Kennaway Road, and then straight down you can get to the commuting links on obviously the Cameron Bridge train station. So great location. This one was immaculately presented, really, really high standard. So brilliant for them. And they were moving to one level living. So the new buyers are absolutely, or new owners now, are absolutely delighted because they've got that one level living. And we know one level living, we say it day in, day out. It's like hen's teeth trying to get a property like that. So they were delighted to secure that property. And we sold this one for 2.5% over home report value. So it was on for offers over 200,000, and an offer of 205,000 was negotiated. Now, change of area again. We're heading to Sandy Hill Road in Tayport. So this was a 3-bedroom semi-detached property, stunning inside, not a thing you would need to do, moving condition, ready to go, and it had a beautiful landscape garden to the rear, decking, summer house, perfect for the summer. So the new buyer is delighted because they're moving to the area, but they're getting an immaculate property and it's already set up ready for the summer months, and it's going to be absolutely beautiful in that garden. Plus they benefit from a driveway as well. So plenty of positives with that property, and it's sold for 210,188 to be precise. And our final property that we accepted an offer on and has now gone through missives and new buyers are in is Robertson Avenue and in Leven. Now this one sold really quickly, and again we had people miss out on this one. So if you're watching this and you have a property like this, pick up the phone, because we were able to get 3.7% over home report as well for the seller. So we negotiated an offer at 140,000. So they got an extra £5,000 in their pocket to help them with their onward journey. Now, this one was a 3-bedroom mid-terrace, and I loved the interiors of this property. I really hope the new people moving in don't plan to change anything. There was the mosaic tiles. It had kind of anthracite black accents throughout, but it was such a high standard. Summer house, again, landscape garden, off-street parking. And what was great about this one, again, it was a first-time buyer. So we've had a good amount of first-time buyers. An absolutely cracking first property, as I say, immaculate, and I hope they don't plan to change things. Obviously, if they do, that's fine, personal taste, but it was beautifully done inside, and what a brilliant first home. And as I say, the sellers are delighted because we were able to negotiate 3.7 over home report value. So if any of those, you have a property similar, you want to know what your property is worth, you want to discuss your next step, let us get an agent out to you so we can get your 15%, your 5%, but let us negotiate an offer over home report value for you. But you can only do that by getting your ducks in a row and discussing next steps and get an expert out to you, because that is your dedicated time to ask any questions, understand what the market is like within your postcode area. So that is what was happening in Fife Properties last week. I did tell you it was a busy week and it was going to be a long one, so you can see that. But before we head off, we're going to discuss what shows have taken place so that you know what you want to go back and watch and take information from. So, of course, it's a Monday. Not only do you get the market update, but you also get the Wealth Creation Show at 12:30 with Richard and Jim. And this week, they are going to be discussing financial weakness. So it's probably not a shock that many people struggle with money. There are difficult economic and social culture factors may be to blame. You can still do your part to try and make smart choices with your money, but there is some factors that are maybe just slightly out of your control. But it is still wise to get your finances on track. At the very least, review where you are and create a sound financial plan. Do you want to kind of take a look at the most common financial mistakes that can lead people into kind of an economic hardship? Like we always say, whether it be you don't need to head back to school, you don't need to go trolling the internet, you don't need to go back reading books. You have got the lettings director, Richard Cook, and Jim Parker on hand discussing. So that's live at 12:30 today. You can obviously watch a rerun if you're not available at 12:30, but feel free to comment on that show as well, answer any questions. But that's a really good one, especially because we're still at the start of the year. So that would be a great one if you are obviously wanting to, as I say, create that sound financial plan, sit down, do that, and then any questions, ask obviously Richard and Jim, and they'll be more than happy to discuss with you. Another show was Jim and I did last Thursday was, are we building too many homes in Fife? Which is maybe obviously a topic that you are curious about, because are we or are we not? But that is one that you can go back and watch. We did that on Thursday. It's across all the pages, so you can go back and watch that one because it Is Fife really overwhelming with new homes? Fife seems to be buzzing with construction, but is it truly a sign of overdevelopment, or are we still playing catch up with housing demand? Five homeowners and landlords, ask the question, could have profound implications on property values and also rental yields. Now, we discussed it in great detail last week, so do go back and watch that one. And then a final show that was done is home decor trends. So this is perfect if you're looking to put your property on the market or you're in the process of it. Let's look at 5 of this year's top interior design styles that are going to elevate your home. Or even if you're not looking to sell, maybe you've just moved into a new home and you're obviously trying to decide what you're going to do to your new property. Is it a bit of a blank canvas, or is it a project that you've got a lot of work to do in it? But this will be a great one because it's the test of truly timeless interior design trend, is whether you can integrate it into your existing decor or if you need to restyle the entire home to accommodate the latest kind of fad. For most of us, our homes evolve naturally over time through collecting items that we love. And then we want to change things up every now and again. So it's not about throwing everything out and starting from scratch. It's obviously what tweaks can you make. So again, you have got Jim Parker and Richard Cook on hand to discuss the 2025 home decor trends. It still seems bizarre, I'm getting used to saying 2025, but they are on hand to discuss. That's another great show to watch. So that is our market update for another week. Slightly longer, as I say, we had a lot happening. Hopefully we are the exact same this week, but obviously you'll need to tune in next Monday to find out. Any questions, obviously feel free to comment and we will pick them up. Pick up the phone and call us in the office. You can get us on 01334 654 221. You can speak with obviously any of us and we'll be more than happy to answer any questions. Or likewise, you can message us privately and we will pick it up. I hope you have an amazing week and I will see you all next Monday. Take care.